Oh, Stardust, you're back. This incited an inquisitive look. Doubtful I would return, I asked with dry humor to the surprised dragon, standing outside the library and running up when I was within sight. He hasn't been waiting for me, has he? How sentimental. A quick look over the nearby structures had my muzzle twitch. Everything's already cleared up? No party streamers or balloons anywhere? I don't have an exact idea how long Pinkie Pie's parties lasted, but I presume quite a while that would stretch into hours. Not at all, the purple lizard said quickly, waving his arms as though he's offended me. Okay, something was up. Just like that, even a blind person could tell. It didn't help Spike's cause when he was glancing back and forth at the treehouse behind him. So, how was your day? Do I look stupid? Spike, that attempt of being casual would no doubt fool those ponies. I, on the other hand, don't mess about. What are you doing out here? I questioned him blankly, a deadpan stare matching my tone perfectly. Nothing. Just getting some fresh air, that's all. That's all? Yes. All right, then, I said, looking from the evidently worried dragging to the front door, proceeding on my way back inside. I could really do with a drink right now. That trophy cost me most of my energy. I frowned in clear suspicion as the small talking was right in front of me again, as if in a pitiful attempt to prevent me from going in. Is there a problem, Spike? Twilight's busy right now preparing a spell. Yes, and she doesn't want any pony disturbing her while she's doing that. Lousy story is lousy. And this supposed spell is so powerful no one else can be inside the library at all but her. A rapid nodding convinced about it. Exactly. I groaned loudly. This was beneath me and my time. I need a drink. Just move out of the way, boy, I commanded with a voice allowing no argument. Brushing past the lizard towards the front door, which Spike was now blocking me from meters apart. Or at least he thought he did. You can't go in there, I rose to Brown's tone. Okay, now I'm intrigued. What could be happening to warranting such behavior from the scaly little guy? Why not? Twilight said so. And that's enough to make me listen? That simple question alone made me win this nauseating argument. More than I already have. Now the dragon was panicking all over. I was looking in every direction to conjure up another excuse, and so hoping to buy more time for his mistress. Well, my little friend, time's up. You can't go in yet, Spike still protested hopelessly, as I pushed him out of the way, though not unkindly, in opening the front door. The dragon followed me into the darkness of the house. Twilight really doesn't want anyone to interrupt her right now. It doesn't appear though she's in anyhow, I muttered, fiercely, as the place seemed deserted and quiet. The sun was setting, so why hadn't Twilight bothered lighting the candles yet? Was Spike telling the truth about the mayor using a spell, except it had to be done in the dark? Though the light outside aided me in seeing the place more clearly, it wasn't enough. From the corner of my eye, Spike appeared rather flustered, as though waiting to be lectured at for something. Just what was... Surprise! An explosion of pain interrupted in my cranium as my poor ears recovered after hearing the loudest welcoming noise ever heard in my entire life. My teeth clenched as I reeled back at shocking the party in front of me. My lights turned on straight after that chorus reveal. 6 happy ponies, some beaming and the rest smiling pleasantly, as though they were happy to see me. I couldn't control my rapid blinking nor breathing at this point. That almost gave me a heart attack, for Christ's sake. I told you I was going to host a party for you, and I did. The pink earth pony squealed in delight, evidently pleased that she almost caused both my eardrums to burst. Pinkie Pie gestured around the colorful party decorations and then the others, And it's not just a party, but a private party, especially for you, Stardust. I never forgot about throwing you one to welcome to Ponyville. Who in their right mind would? A long, awkward pause, my ears recovering slowly, as the seeds of anger in my mind began to grow to replace the pain. Well, gee, Stardust, no need to look so flabbergasted. So, do you like it? Of course you do. We've got everything here. Cakes, sweet, punch, party hats, party balloons, streamers, games, and most importantly, your friends. Pinky? Twilight began hesitantly when seeing the expression on my face. Not to mention, this is a great way to lift up that miserable mood you've been having since we first met you. I didn't mean for this party to be so late, but Twilight thought it was a fantastic, wonderful, super idea to throw you one when you were finally out of the house. Pinky. So what do you want to do first? Play some games? Or try out these yummy, delicious treats? Oh, I know. We can do both at once. Wouldn't that be fun? Pinky! Yes, Twilight. An innocent smile cast on the pink pony before it finally slowly dropped when turning from the concerned purple unicorn to me. I raised curious eyebrow and said, Stardust, you don't look so good. No, I imagine. I quite don't. As all six observed me in a mixture of confusion and worry, and Spike backing away cautiously as though I might bite into his face any moment for being close to me. I felt my body shaking wildly in my indignation. I felt my features contort into righteous fury, eyes glaring in disgust and rage at the sight of the creatures before me. I should have known. These ponies, how dare they? And now I must do what the remaining sense I have left in me commands I do. My hose obediently turned, heading towards anywhere but here. Wait, Stardust, where you go? I didn't hear the rest as they slammed the front door behind me, to the direction of where I can find a place to calm down from my bewildered seething. I hate myself. Yep, calling that out now. I've taken the time watching the beautiful calming sunset push away the childish rage I had inside me, finding myself atop a hill a good distance away from the town and its sickening inhabitants. My body succumbed to losing so much energy exerted from my fury, never mind moving that trophy earlier, and settled down in the grass, eyes dead set on the resting sun and the yellow sky before me. I didn't care right now what happens to my sight after this, because, as I repeat, I am disgusted with myself. The immature anger in the manner I exited the treehouse was just appalling, unbecoming of a grown-up. This amount of disdain was something I haven't felt since a long time ago. What had gotten into me? What caused me to behave in such a way? What had they done to provoke that slumbering rage? All they did was throw me a party, despite my repetitive statements that I despise parties. I mean, for God's sake, it wasn't that hard to comprehend. But no, Pinkie Pie was still hell-bent on throwing me one. And Twilight, what did she hope to accomplish from it? My gratefulness? They're damn fools. All of them. But that's not what angered me. What angered me is the fact I didn't appreciate the surprise upon arriving back to and intercepting Spike that I let my guard down for this to happen. I should have expected it, judging from the dragon's sweating behavior. For to me to be such an idiot and believing the pink pony gave up in helping to host a welcoming party for me. And most importantly, what angered me, myself, I am disgusted with the knowledge that I reacted in such a fashion I haven't done since 4 years ago. Technically 5, with it being summer in this world. Like an angry child who stomped out when confronted with a crisis. I felt unpleasant. All they did was throw me a party. I shouldn't have acted like that. While the sunset was admirable and pretty to watch, it slowly peeled away the armored layers of pessimism I have built up around me one by one. Why did they do it? I know I don't consider any of them as friends. So why? My senses alerted me to a presence beside me, yet I had no energy in looking to my left. My eyes remained fixed on the setting sun, almost sunk down into the far-off hills. It's quite a good spot to watch the beautiful sight. I should come here more often. Applejack told me you returned some favor by telling her to request our help for her apple bucking season. A voice next to me hesitantly began, so quite unsure I would listen or not. She told us about how you convinced her to ask for assistance. So I thought, with you out of the house, taking that trophy to her farm for her, it'd be a good time to make a private party to help lift your mood. And as a thank you for helping the honest worker out. Whatever remaining energy I had left encouraged me to snort. Hardly convinced her. She was tired, so I took advantage of it, plain and simple. Instead, I resorted to get straight. It's a heart of matter, speaking in a soft tone, quite unlike myself. I didn't mean to behave in that manner back in the library. My feelings got in the way of my common sense. Nobody's perfect. It was childish of me. The sound of grass rustling informed me the twilight had taken a seat on the soft ground, and I imagined she was observing the setting sun as well. I understand you didn't want a party. I'm sorry for asking Pink Pie to host one. I thought it might help. That's not what I'm mad about, I sighed. A shame took course over me. Okay, the party was slightly upsetting. I imagined the look at me with an expression of amused disbelief. It was kind of you and the rest to us from Lexmeath, but I can't, Twilight. I just can't. Oh, great. Now my nerves are acting up. A sudden thought telling me I should let the studious mayor, who came all this way just to comfort me, know the truth. Not the truth of my homeworld, my origins, homeworld, and predicament. Far from it. That's something I absolutely had no reason to tell anyone around here. What good would come of it? I said to myself, I can't open myself up to anyone in this forsaken world yet. No, don't do this. Don't let your emotions get the best of you again. You can't overcome this weakness. You can't what? Oh, good grief, that soft, patient tone. Just wanted me to confess more. My eyes shut tightly with my head bowed. My head bowed, my mind and heart in heated conflict over what I should say next. And for the love that all is good, my damn heart won. I can't make friends. In fact, I'm terrible with establishing friendships. I began in a quiet, hesitant voice with a crooked smile. Shocked, I'm even consulting a pony about this. What effect did she possibly have to garner these locked away feelings from my soul? I always have been. Truth be told, I don't even have any friends where I'm from. Well, not close friends, anyway. Not ones I can truly trust to count on, and such. Only such a one exists, but he moved to a neighboring country a long time ago. Not that it was his fault, of course. And I have a brother and 2 sisters. But this is about genuine unblood-related friendships. My point is, cried Sparkle, I would be the last person to ever make friends with. I'm a lazy, arrogant, distant stallion, so easily distrusting of others, preferring his solitude and peace over the presence of others, and his little tolerance for idle conversations. A true friend would be one you can depend on entirely to be there for you in your hour of need, and to help you overcome any crisis, correct? I waited as the pony undoubtedly nodded. Well, that's not me. That never has been. I don't understand that much about friendship, and I hardly think I ever will. But that's fine. So you and your friends throwing me a party was too much. And all for naught, Miss Sparkle, because I am the last being you would ever consider befriending. Because I am so rude, so blunt, so different, so wrong. I concluded with a heavy sigh, wishing I had hands clenched while inwardly dreading the consequences for revealing this pent-up feeling after so long. In the end, I'm merely a pessimistic, antisocial fish out of water of pony. Unworthy of befriending you, nor anyone else in that town. Nor the world, I added silently. And so ended my tale of woe, silence folding over the grassy hill like a blanket. You have the floor now, Miss Sparkle. What will you do with this information? I dare not look. I don't want to see any pity, nor compassion. I don't really know what to expect, or what I want from it. Why did I bother telling her? Maybe because there will be no consequences from such when I leave this planet. No, my feelings said otherwise. I won't lie, friendship has never been a huge factor of importance in my mind. I'm aware of its importance in general, but I never regarded the concept much. There were other things on my mind my whole life. Future career options, a list of ways in throwing certain people I disliked to the center of the earth. Why Frozen is an overrated yet still entertaining movie. While Tangled doesn't get the credit it deserves, and so on and so forth. My main point is that friendship was hardly ever considered magical or empowering to me. Just for something to be used to get out of sticky situations. Good grief, I'm a horrible person. And why haven't you said anything yet, Twilight? Was it really that tragic? A pony lacking genuine friendship too much for you? Oh, come on. I did say I had one I can rely on. This unnerving silence made me want to look at the Satmare, who I knew was rarely ever so quiet. Is it possible she left without me noticing? You know what I think? Oh, never mind. What? I asked quietly, curious and agitated at once for the upcoming answer. I think you remind me of me. Wait, what? This statement caused me to finally turn to the purple unicorn with my confused frown. As said, Twilight was staring up at the falling sun herself, thoughtfully, and to be this close to her right now, my mind suddenly turned static like a TV. What was wrong with me? Before I ever came to Ponyville, I also only had one true friend. Before meeting these wonderful ponies, And that was Spike. And even though time has passed since my stay in this lovely town, I still don't understand the true meaning of friendship myself. But you know what? Twilight turned, and was it me or were her eyes sparkling? Must be a joke due to her surname. Yet they look rather beautiful. Oh, Jesus, Stardust, get a grip. She didn't seem to notice my internal blanking as she continued in that warm voice. I'm learning. My friends are educating me about the true meaning of friendship. And I don't regret a single moment of it, and I don't think you will, too. What? Masterful response, Stardust. Stardust, you are not wrong, nor are you hardly unworthy of being friends with someone, regardless of who they are. Was it wrong of you to help us put a stop to Nightmare Moon, without thinking things thoroughly? Was it wrong of you to help the others in realizing the pressure they put on me with the tickets? The whole crisis just seemed insignificant. And was it wrong of you to convince Applejack to ask us for help with her work? Sure, you have your flaws about you. You can act a little rude sometimes, and sarcastic, and direct, and distant. But now, I think I see why. From what you've just told me, if you don't mind being blunt about it, but I think you're a little afraid. The scoff was instantaneous. I fear a little, but still my ears were highly attuned to what point Twilight was reaching to. I'm sure those eyes glittered in amusement and friendliness. Hesitant would be the more accurate word, then. Hesitant to befriend others because of your own personal issues. How you might not be others when they need help or comfort. But that's fine. No pony's perfect. You won't ever be forced into helping others. I think that, on top of everything else, you just lack the confidence to create a true friendship with others than the ones you already have. You got all that from my petty little speech? My tone and expression were similarly incredulous, yet it felt as though something within me was agreeing with every word the purple unicorn was saying. I have always lacked confidence, Twilight. Twilight's not the first, and I doubt the last to ever tell me such. Could that just be the major issue, confidence? That confrontation with Nightmare Moon was certainly nothing of the sort. More reckless behavior on my part. Twilight shrugged modestly, looking pretty confident with her words. As always. I can't pretend to know you, Stardust Balance. But I do know when a pony is in need of help When I see you, Princess Celestia was clearly right in saying you needed as much help as I did. Please, Twilight, I snorted in disbelief, feeling a smile on my muzzle as though everything was going to be alright. Now, you hardly need just as equal help. Already you have a far more better understanding on the concept of friendship than I do. Or ever would. Even so, that didn't deter her. Big surprise. I waited as she looked up and thought for a moment. I have a proposition for you, of course. And that sinking feeling returned, but there was a tinge of curiosity I couldn't suppress. Do tell, I said cautiously. No need to look worried. Twilight raised a bemused eyebrow. You should really smile more often. It suits you. But we're getting off track here. My deal is this. While you're here in Ponyville, living under our roof, we both discover the magic of friendship together, never leaving the other out of what we've learned from it. That way, when you return back to where you're from, you can then make more friends back home and learn to put more trust in others. The sinking feeling goes deeper. Twilight, I don't know if... Let me finish, she requested softly. Taking notice of my growling, agitated sake. It's not as difficult as it sounds, trust me. Think about it. Wouldn't life be much more easier if you have more friends by your side? All you have to do is just open up more, consult and care in others, and be sure to lend a hand when available. Precisely. I can't do any of these things, I mumbled sourly, glancing at the side to see the glitter of stars appearing as the last layers of the sun were vanishing. You won't know unless you try. Having friends by your side to help you is more rewarding than being alone. Twilight spoke in clear determination, standing up beside me, providing some space before extending a hoof, a clear, warm smile on her features. What do you say, Stardust? Ready to start really making friends and learning the power that comes from it? My eyes stayed on the purple hoof, even after a moment when I stood up myself. I don't know, Twilight. Am I? Am I truly prepared? Or for that matter, deserving to learn the true nature and significance of friendship? Will I be shown firsthand how this world encourages the fans from my world spread out offers of companionship and love and tolerate? Was friendship really so strong and powerful as Twilight claims it was? Of course, this was the main character of the show that strives for such a concept. But still, should I really take this offer and walk down a path I don't think I've been down ever since I was a child? My mind was in conflict with itself, heated internal debates like a parliament over voting for this. What's the catch? Who said anything about a catch? Well, the votes are in, and I really hope I chose correctly. Slowly, my raised hoof found itself clasped around Twilight's welcoming own. In that instant, a jolt of electricity shot through me as the two limbs shook. Whether it was a good or bad sensation, I did not know. But all in all, no way in hell am I ever going to tell anyone I learned the true meaning of friendship. From talking jelly beans, especially my little sister. Twilight sparkled, Amaro suddenly said, rather formally. Ah. Stardust bounced, I replied, just as politely. And like that, every nerve was washed away, replaced with a strange feeling they can only describe as, well, I honestly don't know what to call it. Our hooves then set apart, and I found myself stiffening at the mare suddenly stepping forward and wrapped her arms around me. Huh. So this was how bunnies hugged, huh? And for a moment there I thought you hated us, the purple pony whispered to my ear, relief and gratefulness in her tone. Who could ever hate you? I chuckled a traces of wariness remaining on my expression, unsure of what to make of this, and an annoying shivering in my bones. So, this is how our newfound friendship begins. Yep, with a group hug. Huh? Arg! I yelled in shock at the surprise. Tackle to my right, a certain pink pony holding onto my side in a clutch manner, almost knocking me and the purple mare down. I blinked in rapid disbelief at Pinkie Pie's unorthodox mannerisms. Yeah, this is Pinkie Pie we're talking about. She was always a walking paradox. Well, at least it's helping. Looking up in hesitance from the earth pony, I saw the rest of the five, including Spike, watching from a distance, one of which is lightly snoring. How long have they... You've been here the entire time, I just deduced blankly. We were all concerned for your well-being, darling, Nerdy spoke up, sounding as sincere as she possibly could get. And after hearing your conversations, your actions are completely understandable. We won't hold it against you. You know, you won't be having a true friendship with just Twilight either, Stardust, Fluttershy adding, approaching us with that kind, guard-lowering smile. We will all be your friends, no matter who you are. That's right. Now Rainbow Dash took her turn, rubbing the back of her neck when I sent her a questioning glance. I know we got off on the wrong hoof, and I didn't make a good impression to you from the start. But hey, we can let bygones be bygones, right? Right? It sounds as though you need more help about friendship than Twilight does. Besides, any pony who's a friend of these guys is a friend of mine. That cocky grin I half wished to wipe off with a lawnmower. I banished that unfair train of thought and instead looked away from the eyes of them all, back to the sight of the stars in the distance. Even when Twilight and Pinkie released me and gave me the space I adore. You're all too kind to me. I don't deserve it. I truly didn't. This was far much for me to take in. That's not true, I heard the voice of the assistant behind me, sounding like he was approaching me too. As far as we're concerned, Stardust, you've done nothing bad for us. Not like you. Not to like you. Sure, you can be a little, well, you know, snarly, snotty, whiny, grumpy? Trying, the another pony, Spike said, instead of the suggestions the other four ponies thought of. And I gave the nearby purple dragon a small, amused smile for it. But that's not a crime. I mean, different is good, right? Of course it is, Spike, Twilight nodded sagely, giving me a sincere smile once again. Ya see? So, Stardust, you might act a little negative to everyone around you, but that doesn't make you unworthy of friendship. I mean, look at Twilight. She sometimes acts like you in terms of being moody or unimpressed. Spike, said flustered Mare, cut him off sharply, avoiding my curious gaze. Anyway, what I mean to say is, we'll all be your friends, Stars, if you just let us. The dragon concluded with a beam, looking quite pleased with his own speech. A quick glance to our knotted ponies, save for the slumbering Applejack, who was somehow still standing. I felt a choking up sensation that I wanted to push back down, but I found I couldn't. And with every word they all exhaled from their lungs, the sea of calmness finished washing away the lingering rage. This was true, honest friendship. It felt so different, yet so familiar. As I opened my mouth, preparing to share my gratefulness of their kindness and selfless support, something else escaped my muzzle. A yawn. A light chuckle. I think some ponies exerted all his energy today. I shrugged helplessly at the observant Twilight, who smiled at my embarrassed nature. And for that reason I felt rather pleased by it then. Undeniably tired. Must have caught Applejack's exhaustion. I concur, Twilight. Come along then, dearies. Pinkie, kindly assist me in escorting poor Applejack back home. Well, I'll help her with her apple season tomorrow. Twilight, why don't you, Spike, Stardust, and Fluttershy head back and finish with the party? The night is young, after all. The purple unicorn glanced at me questioningly. The purple unicorn glanced at me questionably after this suggestion. What do you think, Stardust? Well, no reason to repeat another fuss about it, I shrugged. Oh, well, can't let good cake go to waste. Need help getting back? I snorted humorously. What am I, a child? The white pony giggled. Indeed, we'll see you there shortly. Let's move, Pinkie. We watched in bemusement as the two gently carried the sleeping Earth pony back home. A quick glance at Twilight suddenly had my mind whirling. Tomorrow, yes, tomorrow I'll tell her. Not everything, mainly half of the truth. I'll contemplate what to say the next morning about how I arrived in Ponyville, and how I intend on finding a way out. Tell her I seek help in searching for a way by magic back to where I come from. Some land far, far away that she's most likely never heard of. A good creative fabrication of land would do. But then again, was that truly necessary? Spectre did state I had to make friends before I could ever hope of going home. And with this new arrangement of friendship, it feels rather pointless even trying to think of a way to go back. Why would I try to delay the inevitable? For what purpose? Perhaps simply sticking around without finding a solution for now. Anyway, it's the best idea. But if the opportunity to go back presents itself, well, hopefully I won't be too attracted to these ponies and dragon by now. Well, there goes my previous plan of befriending them without feeling attached. Let's go, guys. Twilight's voice broke me out of my thoughts, and I slowly nodded while following them. Yet Spike suddenly took the lead as the unicorn slowed down to walk beside me. Thank you for not declining my invitation of friendship, Twilight grinned brightly. You have my word you won't be disappointed by what is to come from this. Maybe tomorrow we can get to know each other, you know, as true friends do. We'll see, I replied after a pause, presenting an amused smile as a sudden thought struck me. You know what? I should have made the deal extended so that if the plan does turn south, I would have the library all to myself for the rest of my time in the town. An equally humorous brow. I really doubt that. All the more reason. A light-hearted chuckle, then Twilight looked away as though a thought struck her. Oh, that reminds me. When we get back, we can write a letter to Princess Celestia. You can tell her about this new road you've taken into discovered friendship. She blinked at my short laughter. In another life, perhaps, Twilight. To be continued.